Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to introduce to you a psychological theory that helps us understand how people make decisions and take actions. The theory of planned behavior. Whether you are trying to quit smoking, adopt healthier habits, or even understand why people make certain choices, this theory offers tons of valuable insights into the factors that influence human behavior. By the end of the speech, you all will have a clearer understanding of how intentions, attitudes, social norms, and perceived control come together to predict and explain behavior. So let's dive in. The theory of planned behavior was developed by a social psychologist in 1985. It builds on an earlier theory called theory of reasoned action, which suggests that behavior is driven primarily by intentions, which are influenced by attitudes and subjective norms. However, the psychologist that developed the theory of planned behavior introduced a critical addition to the model: perceived behavioral control, to account for situations where people might want to act but are hindered by external factors like lack of resources or skills. The theory of planned behavior suggests that human behavior is guided by three key components: attitude toward behavior, subjective norms, and perceived behavior control. Together, these elements shape a person's behavioral intention, which in turn influences their actual behavior. The first component is the attitude toward the behavior. This refers to an individual's positive or negative evaluation of performing a specific action. If a person believes that a behavior will lead to a desirable outcome, they are more likely to have a positive attitude toward engaging in it. For instance, someone who believes exercise will lead to better health may have a favorable attitude towards regular physical activity. On the flip side, if someone believes the behavior will lead to negative outcomes, their attitude toward it will be negative, and they may be less likely to engage in the behavior. The second component is subjective norms, which refers to the influence of social pressures or perceived expectations from others regarding whether or not to engage in a behavior. People tend to consider what important individuals, such as family, friends, colleagues, or society, think about a specific behavior before deciding to act. For example, if a person feels that their social circle expects them to exercise regularly, they may be more likely to do so, even if they don't particularly enjoy it. Conversely, if a behavior is frowned upon by one social group, that pressure might discourage the behavior. The final component is perceived behavioral control, which reflects the degree to which individuals feel they have control over performing a specific behavior. This includes factors like resources, skills, time, and opportunities. The more control a person feels they have, the more likely they are to carry out the behavior. For example, someone who wants to start eating healthier but feels they lack the time, money, or cooking skills may have low perceived behavioral control. As a result, despite positive intentions, they may not take action. It's important to note that perceived behavior control is closely linked to actual control, but it is more subjective. A person may think they don't have control over their behavior when in reality, they do have the resources needed to succeed. These three factors, attitude, subjective norms, and perceived behavioral control, combine to form behavioral intention, which is the person's motivation to engage in a behavior. The stronger the intention, the more likely it is that the behavior will be performed. However, it's not just intention that leads to action. Perceived behavioral control also plays a significant role in actual behavior. If someone feels they can overcome obstacles and have the necessary resources to perform a behavior, they're more likely to follow through, even if they don't have positive intentions. The theory of planned behavior has been widely applied in various fields, particularly in health psychology, education, environmental conservation, and business. Some examples being health campaigns, environmental behavior, and consumer behavior. In conclusion, the theory of planned behavior gives us a framework for understanding why people engage in certain behaviors and how to influence those behaviors. By considering factors like attitudes, social norms, and perceived control, we can predict intentions and ultimately predict actions. Whether you are a psychologist, marketer, health professional, or simply someone interested in human behavior, The theory of planned behavior offers important insights into how we make choices and why we act the way that we do. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you have a better understanding of how the theory of planned behavior can be applied to various aspects of our daily lives.